All right, it's time for story time. Today, we're going to learn about Scannon. I don't know, I've never heard of this before, but it's Lewis and Clark's resourceful mascot. A mascot is something that represents your school, like we're the Solway Tigers. A tiger is our mascot. So today we're going to see who Lewis and Clark's mascot was, and they were famous explorers. We're going to try to watch Paulina, all right? So enjoy the story while you're watching that cutie tortoise. Newfoundland dogs are bred for the noble purpose of rescuing people at sea. But Scannon, a large, lovable member of the breed, was a dog of many talents. He defied his heredity to become a food gatherer, a retriever, a bear dog, and a collector of biological specimens. Scannon belonged to Meriwether Lewis, captain of the Lewis and Clark expedition, which was sent out by President Thomas Jefferson in May 1804. The purpose of the expedition was to determine if the Missouri and Columbia rivers could provide a water route across North America to the rich Northwest. Scannon, mascot of the expedition, sensed he had a more important job than to look handsome. Early on, he caught squirrels for food, drowned a wolf, and was seriously wounded by the beaver he caught for Lewis's collection of wildlife. The collection had been requested by President Jefferson. The expedition was far up the Missouri River by the time Scannon's wounds had healed completely. All along the waterway, migrating geese were settling by the thousands, and Scannon seemed to know that game was not always easy to come by. He jumped into the water and caught one goose after another for the table. The crew was grateful and rewarded Scannon's spectacular efforts with high praise. The attention seemed to make the dog aspire to even greater feats. Later in the expedition, he drove human-killing grizzly bears out of camp in the Yellowstone River region and took on a bull buffalo that thundered across the Missouri and into the midst of the crew sleeping on the ground. Barking and herding like a sheepdog, Scannon maneuvered the bull around the sleeping men and back across the Missouri River. Throughout the expedition, Scannon rode in boats, tracked, retrieved, killed snakes, and dug into holes to collect what lived there. Finally, on January 6, 1806, he arrived with his master in good health at the Pacific coast. There, Scannon hunted out and collected wildlife until it was time to start back to St. Louis in March. On the return journey, Scannon continued to perform his self-imposed duties. When he jumped ashore in St. Louis on September 23, 1806, together with Lewis and Clark and the rest of the crew, Scannon completed a journey that some historians consider the most successful and intelligent expedition in history. Eventually, the route would bind the East and West together as the United States of America. Scannon knew nothing of this. He and his master were home. Ooh, and next time we're going to read about the 3 gray whales. All right. You ready? Have a great weekend, second graders. Keep reading. Miss you. Mwah! Love you guys.